Hi everyone. Welcome, welcome. Come on in, say hi, make yourself comfy. There we go. Hi Carla and Cindy and Millie. Yay. All right. Cooking with gas. Good to see you. All right, let me pull it up on my computer over here and we will get started. Hey ladies, good to see you. Whoop. I hope you guys have had a great day. I wasn't home very much today. Today was get things done for my mother-in-law day, so I actually wasn't here much. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. All right, tonight I'm going to show you a couple of things. Oops, forgot to turn off the overhead lights. Alexa, turn off the track lights.
Okay.
Love her most of the time. Hi, Anita, how are you? Hi, Kathy. All righty. Hopefully that is looking better. All right, so tonight I'm going to show you a couple of things while we're waiting for everybody to log on. So kick back and relax and we will get started. All right, so I printed this out so I would not forget to tell you. This is the new paper pumpkin for June that is coming out. It's called Share Sunshine. Sign up started today, and I'm telling you this today because last month's kit sold out like jiffy quick. It was gone. Gone, baby, gone, and you couldn't get it. Oops, sorry, Deb. Yeah, so May's kit sold out, like it went like hotcakes. So I'm sure this Share Sunshine is going to go quickly too. I'm going to post after I do the live tonight with the video about the Share Sunshine box. It is such a cool idea, and this one's going to be global. So you can order as many as you would like, but basically what it is Sharing Sunshine is filling a box or basket or whatever with items that are yellow or orange, anything that looks like sunshine, and just fix up a care package and make someone's day brighter, shed a little sunshine. So Stampin' Up! Has done a whole kit around it, and there are tags and all bits and bobs in here for you to create with. There are things to make 8 cards in here for this kit, and it's going to be fabulous. They even made this sunshine on the top of the box, and there's a way to put, we have a big sticky label that you can even mail this box if you would like to somebody once you put all your things in it. Oh, thanks, Deb. And I will be sure to share as we go along if it's starting to sell out. But Paper Pumpkin, again, comes to your door once every month. You can sign up for 1, 3, 6, 12 months. You can postpone a month or stop anytime you want. But the information is here on the page. It is going to be fabulous. So I have a link for my Paper Pumpkin where you'll just click it and you can go in and sign up for however many months you want. Okay, so Share Sunshine, that's coming out, which is really fun. I can't wait to do some of these. I have some people in mind I want to do that with. All right, so I promised I would share something new tonight. I haven't done my catalog, my new catalog unboxing yet. I got a lot of things, and to be honest, I'm still wrapping my head around the bundles and different things, but I thought tonight I would share the new in colors with you. These are gorgeous, and they're every year we get 5 new colors, and then 5 of the other in colors that were here for 2 years retire. So this year we're going to be losing Pineapple Punch and all those guys. I love them, but they're going away. And I left my paper over here. Where did it go? Well, sugar. All right, let's look. So these 5 colors here are Magenta Madness right here, which is beautiful. Then we have Cinnamon Cider, this pretty brown. It's going to be just perfect for all sorts of things. Then Just Jade, a pretty green. Bumblebee, And then this one here is Misty Morning. So absolutely beautiful colors, and I can't wait for you to see all of the projects with these colors because they all are just gorgeous. The ribbons are gorgeous, the accessories, the new designer series paper. When I first order from a new catalog, the first thing I get is a pack of each of the colors. If you don't want a full pack of each, if you want to try them out, there's packs of 8.5 by 11. That's an assortment, and also a 12 by 12 set. That's an assortment for the in colors. I get that, and then I get the ink pads and re-inkers and the markers. So I make sure that I'm set for whatever I want to create with the new colors. Okie doke, but we'll go through all of that a lot in the coming weeks. All right, so tonight we're gonna do a really fun project. I know this is Make It Monday. I know I didn't post for you. I had an idea in my head and it was gonna be kind of hard to translate. So I'm gonna show you this technique, but I want you to go and try it because it's really, really fun. Oh, hey, Robin, good to see you. Hi, Diana. Hi, Candy. Good to see you. All right, so this is gonna be tonight's card. This card was made using, where did I set it? The Geared Up Garage stamp set. You can kind of see here, you can see the cars and you see the little nuts in here. And then these gears are cut out with the dies, which are really cool. And then there are masculine sentiments in there for Father's Day and You're a Classic, and it is really, really cool. So here's the set of dies and the stamp set, and you can see there are things that will cut out a lot of these pieces, like the toolbox and the gas can here. And I love this Best Dad shape here, but I have used this die for other things, and it is so cool. If you cut this out of silver foil and use it as a background, it's really, really neat. So that's a really cool set to have. And then these little sprockets and things are in there. I think it's just a really cool set. So this coordinates with the Geared Up Garage stamp set. You can see there's some smoke here, and all these are just really cool. They're kind of almost rustic. You can kind of see they're kind of rough looking, and they're supposed to be that way. That's the look of the set. So this is what we're using tonight. But we're going to do this fun technique, and it's called Joseph's Coat. I've heard it called other things too, but it's basically a technique where you're going to emboss, and you want to see the colors that you're embossing on, and they're going to come through. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to take a piece of Whisper White cardstock that measures 3 3/4 by 5. Excuse me. Got a frog in my throat. And when I pulled out 3 colors, and I wanted some bright colors to go with this. So I picked out Real Red, Shaded Spruce, and Pacific Point. So we're going to use these 3. So I'm going to start with my Real Red at the top. And you can do these for all sorts of occasions. It's really pretty to do this with a different color over top, obviously not just the black or anything. When you're doing ones for Christmas and things, if you're doing ornaments and they're in different colors or snowflakes, this is gorgeous to do with a light blue or even a white background, and then do the blue over top instead of the black we're going to do tonight. And it's such a cool effect. I have another one with fish that I did a while ago, years ago probably, and I've got to find that so I can post it and show you that. So I'm just going to take my sponge. I'm going to pick up some Real Red, actually a lot of Real Red, and I'm just going to start sponging that color over it. And I'm just going to keep adding color until it gets as deep as I want it. Like that. You could use a sponge brayer too if you'd like. All right, so there's our red. I'm gonna set this on the side. Hey, oh my gosh, Rosalind, I just saw all your messages before I went live. I'm sorry, I'm gonna text you back, I promise. I put my phone down and came in here and then kaboom. All right, so I did the red. Now I'm gonna do the Pacific Point. I'm gonna pick a bunch up. And I'm going to go, and it's okay to blend it. You want to blend it into the color above it. specific point. It's such a pretty vibrant blue. Like so. I know I'm shaking you. Sorry about that. There we go. All right, now I'm going to bring in that green. Now, I chose shaded spruce, but there we have, you know, garden green. There's several greens that would work with this. So I just wanted the primary colors. So we're going to pick up some shaded spruce. And we're going to do the bottom. This guy's not very juicy. I need some re-inker. Blend it into the blue there. Now, I want to make sure before I emboss on this that it dries, because I want to make sure that my embossing powder isn't going to stick to anything that's still wet. So I'm just going to give this a little touch of heat with my heat tool. Just kind of generally get it dry like that. All right, then you'll notice for the designs in here, I did the cars first. I went in and did my alternating sides with the cars, and then I went back in and added these little nuts and bolts, okay? So let's go in with that car. Here it is. And I'm gonna use my Versamark ink, which is a watermark ink. This is just going to leave that clear, sticky impression of this stamp on the project. And you can leave it with just the Versamark to watermark things, or you can put embossing powder on it and heat it up so that it is 3D. Here's that one. Do one over here. I don't do a ton of masculine cards. I have to make myself remember to do them because it's so much easier to do, you know, feminine flowers or kids or whatever. I always have to think, okay, you got to make some masculine cards. So this is a set I really like to play around with. All right, so hopefully you'll be able to see. Let me hold this up. You can see where the cars are embossed, or the Versamark is. I'm going to emboss them. But before I do, I want to go ahead and stamp the other images in there. So I'm going to bring in those little nuts and bolts, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to stamp them on there randomly. Like so. All right, there we go. They're all on there. See that? There they are. Gorgeous. So now I'm going to bring in a piece of copy paper, and I folded it in the middle so it makes it easier to dump out my powder once I'm putting it back into the container. I get these little containers at the dollar store, and then these little spoons I get at the party store. And if I'm doing a small area, sometimes I use the spoon, but we're not. We're doing this whole front, so I'm going to use that. So I'm going to make sure that's on the paper nice and neat. Then I'm going to take, and I'm going to be really generous, and don't panic. This is perfectly okay, so don't panic. You need to be really generous with that on there because there's so many images that we're embossing. Okay? Embossing powder is one of those things that goes a long, long way because you can just keep adding it back to your bottle. All right, now I'm going to turn it over. There we go. Looks good. Looks very good. All right, so now that we have that with the embossing powder on it, I'm going to take the embossing powder here and just put it right back in my container, and it'll be all ready for my next project. There we go. All right. Now's the fun part. This is the part, probably one of the first things I did that really hooked me on stamping was embossing, because this is just so cool. All right, so I'm going to turn on the heat tool. Hopefully you can still hear me. And we're going to melt this powder. One thing you need to know when you're using embossing powder, this gun gets really hot, so be very careful. But you want to make sure that you concentrate on specific areas. You can't just go like this. It won't melt like that. You have to make sure you concentrate on areas, and see, you'll start to see it melting. There we go. Isn't that magical? I think it is. And we have some really pretty colors in embossing powder. This is just the clear. And the cool part about the clear is you can use the clear over top of any of our colors, any of our ink colors, and make any color embossing you want, which is really fun. Okay. Sometimes if it's taken a little bit to do, if it's a really dense area, I'll go underneath and heat from the back. See, it starts to go too. But that just, you're kind of getting it in both directions that way. But honestly, this thing gets really super hot. Don't get too close to your paper. Ask me how I know. There we go. All right, so there's the front of our card. Nice and colorful. This is really cool to do too when you're doing flowers or fall leaves. Oh my gosh, fall leaves are really fun to do with this. You do just little spots of different oranges and blacks oranges and yellows and that kind of thing all over, and stamp your leaves, emboss your leaves on there. Whoo, baby, is that pretty. All right, so now I want to make sure it's cooled, not too still meltish. Technical term. Now I'm going to just take some black, Memento black, and I'm going to pick it up on a sponge, and I am going to start spreading the black over the top. And like I said, you can do this with any darker color you want. I've done it with navy blue. I've done it with browns. It's really, really a cool technique. But what you're doing now is just adding that black over top, and where it's embossed, it's not picking up the ink. Okay. And then we'll go back in just a minute. And this is, you can do this with a sponge brayer also. Just get in there and add that color. I don't want mine to be too black. I don't want it to be really completely solid. So this works for me. All right, so now that I have that done, I'm going to bring in, oh, okay. Thanks for coming, Rosellen. I appreciate it. Next, I'm going to bring in my napkin. Where did I put it? I actually cleaned my desk. I can't believe it. Little napkin. Where did you go? Oh, you gotta love it. Wendy was so funny. She actually brought me napkins earlier too. Come on. Michelle suit. Oh, there it is, for Pete's sake. All right, I'm just going to take a napkin and I'm going to go over the images and see where the color, where I embossed, is taking the color off the top of that and brightening it right up. So you want to go over all your embossed images with a napkin and pick up that ink, and it will make your images pop. Like so. Ta-da! Isn't that cool? Love that. So Now that I have that done, I just need to assemble my card. So I cut out the large gears and one of the smaller pieces there. And we have a piece of Pacific Point. The one I stamped on, this one is 3 3/4 by 5. The mat underneath of it is going to be 4 by 5 1/4. And then we're going to use a standard card base, which is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. And it's going to be scored in the middle at 4 1/4. So this is going to go together just like this. All right, so let's put some adhesive on the back. Whoop, knocked it over. Big elbows. You just never know what's going to happen in this room. There we go. Like that. Then I'll take our focal point here. Makes such a statement. Oh, you know what else is really fun? I'm not saying that you're going to, but if you happen to see some sunflower stamps anywhere in the next month or so, I'm not saying anything, but if you do, this is a really fun project to do with those. Really, really fun. I'll have to do that. There we go. Speaking of which, if you haven't let me know that you would like a catalog yet, make sure you do, because I have a bunch of boxes coming, but I've also already mailed a bunch to people who've ordered within the last year. Those are on their way too. So there we go. Come on, dude. Give me a break. There we go. Now, also, in case you find yourself looking at any adhesive sheets anywhere, you know, anywhere, just saying. This is a really good one to do with adhesive sheets too. The adhesive sheets are something that you would put on the back of whatever you're going to be cutting out, and the back will peel off and leave it sticky like a big sticker, which is really fun because you don't have to worry about any other adhesives. Okay, I'll put some on here. And put this little guy up here. I love the way that silver just pops. All right. Now I went ahead and stamped the Happy Father's Day on real red, and I'm going to put that on with dimensionals. Oh, you're welcome, Candy. I'm so glad. I have a really fun technique for tomorrow's video, so you're going to want to check that out for tips, tricks, and techniques Tuesday. It's really fun. All right. Kathy, I used 3 dimensionals. All right, so I took this little image here and popped it up right down over top of those gears like that, and there you go. The front of your card is done. So for the inside of my card, let's see if I have a panel over here I can use. There we go. I'm going to use the 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of Whisper White, and I'm going to go in and clean off the Versamark off my stamp. Get most of the sticky off before I go wipe it off. And this stays sticky, so you want to make sure you clean your stamps really well after you use that Versamark. Don't leave it on there. I know sometimes people, after they use ink, they won't clean their stamp right away. Make sure you clean your stamp when you're using Versamark, because you don't want the Versamark stuff to stay on there and linger. Let's see. There we go. Get that nice and clean. Nice and clean. All right, so now I'm going to bring in some of that Pacific Point. Kathy, you smarty. I'm going to bring in the Pacific Point ink. There we go. And I'm going to stamp this car. Down here at the bottom, and I'm going to go off just a little bit with the back of the car here, like that. Ooh, look how vivid and pretty. Ooh, love it. All right, there's that. Now, I'm going to bring in that image that's sitting here staring at me. I mean the image. I'm going to bring in the card base. And I'm going to bring in the smoke. And this is such a cool stamp because it has that gradient look to it. It's not a solid image. I'm going to bring that in and a little bit of smoky slate ink. So I'm going to stamp off once. I have to see how juicy the ink pad is before I decide. Oop. I'm going to stamp off once, get some of that color off of there, and then stamp that smoke or grease or whatever. Now stamp one over here. There we go. And then do one over right about here. There we go. All right, now I'll take this one and close it up so I don't stick my arm in it. And then I'm going to put the You're a Classic on a block. There we go. Set you aside. Isn't that just so nice? My grid paper got all nice and messed up. That's how you know you're working hard. There we go. All right, so there's You're a Classic. Bring in some Tuxedo Memento ink. And I'm going to do this on my grid to see how straight or crooked I am. Oh, that's pretty good. Pretty darn good. All right. So bring my card in into my sentiment. And cross your fingers. Woohoo! You go, girl. All right. That is such a cool black. It looks like it's oily. You see how it breaks up in the letters? You might not be able to see that detail in there, but oh, that's so cool. Very, very cool. All right. Put some glue in here. And put it right in on the inside. There we go. Isn't that cool? Love it. So there you have it. Using that Joseph's coat technique. And then the inside. Isn't that fun? Whoop, whoop. All right. So there you have the new technique for tonight. You're going to get another technique tomorrow. I mean, how can you beat it, right? Don't forget about Paper Pumpkin. Today's the first day to subscribe for the June kit, and it will sell out, so you're not going to want to miss the Share Sunshine kit. It's going to be 8 cards, but the whole Share Sunshine project is so cool. Just bringing joy to other people, and that's what it's all about. So, all right. I hope you guys have a great night. My video for tips, tricks, and techniques will be up tomorrow. You can check it out there. If you have anything you'd like to order, don't forget you can use this month's host code, which is right here, and shop at suitablystamp.stampinup.net, and you'll get this month's tutorial bundle for free. All right, I think that's it for tonight. I wish you guys a wonderful evening. Have a great day tomorrow. Stay well. God bless, and I will see you soon. Thanks. Bye.